Hi, and welcome to episode 114 of the Cat Lady podcast. My name is Andrea, also known as the Cat Lady. That's 2T, CATT, which stands for Craft All the Things. Welcome. It is Sunday, May 31st, 2020. It is a beautiful day. Finally, I can say that. It's a beautiful day here in Michigan, where I reside with my two kids, two cats, and my husband, which I apologize. Everyone is here. You may hear some noise. Everyone knows I'm up here doing this, but that doesn't mean they will not slam doors and scream in the hallway. So please forgive me. It's already started. If you are new, thank you for joining me. I appreciate all the new followers I've been getting the last couple months, so I appreciate all of you, and I hope you enjoy what you see. If you're returning, thank you so much for returning and continuing to follow my journey. There's a lot going on in the world of the Cat Lady. I'm getting ready to launch a new business, so I will, for hand-dyed yarns. So I will talk about that at the end of the episode this time, including showing off some of the latest dye jobs I have done. Last week's I rambled on for way too long about dyeing, yarn dyeing, and it was like right in the middle of the episode. So I'm going to save it all for the end. So if you are interested in the yarn dyeing and seeing what's coming to the shop once it's ready to launch, then stick around to the end. If not, I will be talking about what I've been knitting and crocheting and all that sorts. So not a ton, but I have definitely gotten some progress done this week, so last couple weeks. So first in podcast news, we have two make-alongs going on. The first one is the whip-along, so works in progress. If you have a work in progress that you have started prior to January 1st, 2020, please come over to Ravelry and enter into the group. I just have a finished object thread for that one, so no chatter. I'm sorry, let me back up 1 second. I have on my list here. I have not been getting notifications when I get YouTube comments, so I apologize. I do eventually get to them, but sometimes it's like a week later. So I apologize that I'm not quick to respond on my YouTube comments, so I appreciate all your comments. And please comment, please, everything. And no, I will eventually get to it. I try my best to respond to every single comment, so please comment, tell me how you're doing, tell me anything, tell me what you think. But be aware that they're not going to my email anymore. They used to come to my email, so I would see them and then be able to respond. So now I have to physically go into the app or go into the whatever to see the comments, and I don't always think to do that, so I apologize. So anyways, back to the make-alongs. So the whip-along before January 1st, one post per finished item or a frogged item. So if you find something in your project bags that you started a long time ago and decide it's done, we're done with it, frog it, show me a picture, and you can be entered in a win. Knitting, crochet, spinning, weaving, sewing, paper crafting, anything. Message me with any questions. Must be a member of the Ravelry group to win. All the links are in below. You can also find me on YouTube or on Instagram and Facebook, which the link's below. I do have a website up and coming, so that will be the www.thecatlady.com. So right now it is not live, so. All the rules are in Ravelry. The prize I have is a bag. Do I have it handy? I do, okay. And we have a drawstring bag. Your choice of either the pink or the teal. And then we have a 12 pack of minis from Happy Little Yarn, 80/20 merino nylon, 40 yards, 10 grams each. So really pretty. And I have a set of stitch markers. Not those ones. Set of stitch markers. Oh, not those ones either. Where are my stitch markers for the prize? She donated me a bunch of stitch markers, so I think they're there. So those are for other prizes. Here's the ones for this prize, though. These are from Neatsy's Porch. Really pretty blue and purpley pink. So put those in there. So that is what I have for prize. If you are a maker and would like to donate a prize, I will gladly talk about your shop on my podcast and showcase it on Instagram and whatever. So if you'd like to donate something, just get in touch. Okay, my other make-along going on is in conjunction with the Needles at the Ready podcast and Happy Little Yarn podcast. It is the stress-free make-along. And, oh, I'm not reading my notes very well. So I said I would showcase some finished objects from each make-along. So I do have them ready to go here. So from the whip-along, I did a random generator. So I did post 21, which is Pettis Kim Knits, which is also Kim the Crafty Nomad podcast. And she made this really beautiful shawl that I can't pronounce. It's called Astico Terrace. Let's see if you can see that. That's really pretty. And then I drew number 22, which was right below it. And this is amazing. This is and her whip was from 2017. So, good job. And this one is from December of 2018. And it is a sweater done out of completely hand-spun yarn. And that is like a dream of mine to do one day. And this is from Sarah JG2. So super pretty, beautiful, and all hand spun. That's amazing. So those are the showcased finished objects from the whip along. So now onto the stress-free make along with Happy Little Yarn and Needles at the Ready. Any whips allowed. We started April 15th. The end date we now have determined is going to be the end of summer, pretty much, so August 31st. So we still have a few more months to go. So feel free to enter in all your makes this summer, and that's when the whip along ends as well. I think I said the end of summer. Yep, because now then we start getting into holiday knits and stuff. So perfect. My prize for that is to be determined. I will probably either one of those bags or another bag that I'll make. I will probably donate a skein of hand-dyed yarn that I dye and another set of stitch markers. So similar prize bag. Again, unless I get some more, if I get more prizes, I will donate more stuff. Or I will give away more stuff. There's a hashtag on Instagram, TCL Stress-Free Mail. And if you post on Instagram and tag it, I've been really trying my best, and I think I've been doing okay, is reposting them to my stories. So if you have a public profile, I've noticed if you have a private profile and I follow you and I can see it, I cannot share it to my story. So if you've noticed. Other than that, if you have a public profile, I can share it to my stories and share your good work with everybody. But this is whips allowed, knit, crochet, paper craft, sewing, sitting, whatever, kind of similar to the whip along. Just so you could double dip. So if you have a whip that you've started before January 1st and you finish it, you can put it in both. So I'm totally fine with that. The only thing we specified was, since this started due to COVID pandemic, no like posting 100 masks. So if you made 100 masks, you post one post. So kind of one post a day, I don't know. But if you have more things, if you've made you finished a hat and then you finished a pair of gloves, that's totally fine. I mean, but if you whipped out like 10 washcloths in a day, maybe just stick to one post for that. So that's kind of just trying to make it simple, but not unfair. Feel free to double, triple dip, wherever dip. Enter it in here, enter it in over there, enter it in Happy Little Yarn, Needles at the Ready, it's very encouraged for us to win, more chances to win, right? I think that's it. And the projects I drew randomly was number 45, which is Raven Diva in her campsite cardi, which is super pretty. And I love her little sign. She does that with all her projects. She's got little signs. Super cute. She has the little name of the thing. That's really cute. I don't think I could do that with that. That one's pretty limited, and I don't think I could fit campsite across the whole top. So someone's crying. See how this goes. And then the last one I drew was number 42. Yeah, my random number generator was picking numbers all close to each other. So we had 21 and 22, and then 42 and 45. Okay, this is B-O-R-K-P. Bork-P? I don't know. Bork-K-P. Fourth pair of socks for May, and I think she actually already went on and did a fifth pair of socks for May, so that is a lot of socks for 1 month, considering I'm still working on my socks from New Year's Eve. So, whoops. But these are really pretty, like sparkly, and she said they're scrappy socks, so she must have done like, I don't know if the stripes is one sock and then the cuff and the heel are different. I'm not sure, but they're really pretty, purples and pinks. Boy, I have a lot of things going against me today. My battery is like a little low. Children are running around crying. Trying to get my lighting here, or my focus here. So, the lighting looks a little funny. We'll see how that turns out in production, post-production. So, anyway, so that is all for podcast news. Make-alongs, come join in, win some prizes. Oh, one more, I guess, thing for podcast news I forgot to mention before. I stumbled across a new podcast called the Yarn and Yarns podcast. I will try to put a link. I've been really bad with my show notes. Just Google Yarns and Yarn. Well, I will put a link down here. I will do that. I've been usually putting my notes in Ravelry, but I barely have time to make it up here to record, so the last thing I have time to do is sit and do a bunch of notes right now. So, but Yarns and Yarns podcast, super cute. Cracking me up. I haven't been able to listen to podcasts much, so I've only listened to bits and pieces, but the parts I was listening to was cracking me up, and she was really cute and fun. And she's new, so she's only got 7 episodes, I think, now. So check her out. Okay, now on to knitting. So I have a finished object that I'm sitting on. Great, so I'm like squishing it. So I'm very, 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 very excited about this. This is the Kindness Shawl by Jala Spiro, which is Knit Circus Yarns, using needle size 6 4mm. This is in the hand-dyed sort of gradient. It's not really a gradient. Some parts are kind of more gradient than the other. It's more of like a color block shawl. But this turned out so nice. So nice. I love it. Love it. This is using the 17 micron merino that I will be offering in my shop. And it is like just so soft. It's so soft. I'm so happy I made the sample. So this is kind of the shop sample. I already got pictures to put on the website. It's super soft. It's 2-ply, so it, the texture is slightly different than, say, a typical 3 or 4-ply. But it's supposed to be really good to open up lace, and I don't know, it's really good. It's really soft. I just can't get over how soft it is. I will say it is a little finicky to get out of the hank and into a cake. I was rescanning a different color to, this one I dyed as a gradient, so I had to separate it into little pieces and then dye them all separately. Well, getting it back together, I tangled it like 10 times. Because it's just so slippery and it just kind of goes wherever it wants. And so then I was rescanning a skein to take a picture of it. And the cake literally flew off the ball winder. Like, I've never in my wildest dreams have I ever expected that or seen that happen. Like, the cake was on the ball winder, I was winding away, and it propelled itself off and of course became another tangled mess. So I do have a warning in my description that the yarn is really soft and slippery. So please be careful. But it knit so nice. It wasn't splitty. And it's so soft. It is slick. So, if you're using metal needles, but I had no issues with like drop stitches or anything, particularly. And I'm used to metal needles. That's what I use, but it's beautiful. It's luscious. I love it. So that is the Kindness Shawl. And this was a free pattern on Ravelry. So that's my only finished object. I like busted butt to get this done. But I did have some progress on some other things. So I kind of lost a little steam on this, but this is getting close to being finished. So I was kind of hoping I was just really wanting to finish this. So the next up is my Crochet Blanket. And this is a granny square crochet blanket. I don't think I've ever mentioned the pattern, and I don't know the pattern offhand. If you go to my Ravelry page, it's up there, but it's like, it's just the granny square blanket. And let's see where I'm at. I'm almost out of pink yarn, so I told myself when I run out of pink yarn, that's when I'm done. So this is all that's left. I'm hoping this is enough for one more round, because I have one more round of pink, and then I would do a round of white and do the border in white. I'm not sure what I'm doing for the border yet, but where is... It's huge now. I mean, it's still not like as big as I'd want it to be, but it's still big. But the last time I showed it off, I was here. So I've made, let's see, I don't know if I was on this round or, yeah, I probably was on. I probably finished that round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds. It's not a ton of rounds, but each round takes me about an hour now because it's so big. So, I mean, obviously I'm not going to be able to hold it up, so it's big. So she's excited for it. It's certainly big enough for her now, but I was kind of hoping it'd be a good lap blanket for an adult so that she can use it forever. So I figured if it's comfortable for me, then it's going to always work for her. So I'm about 6 feet tall, so, you know, she could be taller than me, of course. That's a possibility, but let's just say she's probably going to be about as tall as me, if not a little shorter. So, so yeah. So if you wear it, if you kind of lay it on you diagonally, it's definitely plenty big. So hopefully by next podcast in 2 weeks, I will have that completed. And I'm using a size I 5.5 millimeter hook on that, and I'm using Red Heart Super Saver. She bought me a big jumbo skein back in, I think when did I say I started this? 2016, I think. It's time to get this done. She bought me a giant thing of jumbo Super Saver in pink for Mother's Day, and so I said, okay, I'm going to make you something out of it, because what the heck am I going to do with that? So I started the blanket, and that was, I used Bernat Super Value in white and black, and then I had to switch to Red Heart just recently to finish because I cannot find the Bernat Super Value anymore, so thankfully it was white and black, so it was fine. The second work in progress that I am actually getting pretty close to finishing as well is the Ripple Bralette by Jessie Made Designs. And I don't know why I'm making this, but it's fun and it's cute and it's fun, but you know, like, I can't really wear this in public because it's like, you know, a little risque. But I have separated for the boobs, and I have finished a boob, and I'm working on the strap. Now there's 2 options. You can do just a regular strap, or you can do it crisscross, and I think I'm gonna go do the crisscross. It is more work because I gotta add like 5 more inches, but I think I like the look of the crisscross better. Obviously this looks ridiculous because it's made to stretch out. Everything's made to stretch out, and well, and that worries me too because it does stretch out, and it is a little bit see-through-ish. Now, I've tried it on a million times, and I feel like you can't really see anything, but I might have to get some sort of, like, fashion tape to maybe lift a little and cover. I don't know. Or it's going to be like an undershirt, like with a very loose-fitting mesh top or tank top. Like, I have a couple tank tops that I usually wear a sports bra underneath, so maybe something like that. I'm not sure, but I had to jump on board because everyone's making them, and they look cute, and I think it's fun, and oh, this is this side, so this is... So, look at the colors. It's pretty cool colors. This is Dirty Crayon Box by Fiber Stash Yarns, Fiber Stash Vermont. And still got a good chunk left, which is good because I need to do the other side panel and the straps. So, and I am making, and these are on size, I'm working on size 4s right now. The pattern requires size 2 and 4s. I am making the size small. And there's what the finished piece looks like. You know what I mean? Like, there's the crisscross. I just like the crisscross look of the straps. So, and that is in my Quilting Sisters bag, Star Wars. So, getting things done on that. Oh, I did, and I meant to mention, so this is, I still have a good chunk left from this, and I actually added, so I've only called for 3 garter rows at the end. I did 1, 2, 3, I did 4, and then cast it off, or did I? Yes, I did 5. I did 5. I did 5 rows of garter, then cast off instead of 3, because it seemed too narrow, and I still had all this yarn left. So, and now, like, do I put this in my mini blanket? I don't know. It would be it would look totally different than anything else in my blanket. I'm not sure what to do with the leftovers. But it's a decent sized skein. So this is perfect for a 1 skein shawl. So I'm very excited, as you can tell. I'm very excited about this. Okay. So, needle adjacent is what I'm calling this, is, I mentioned like a month ago, 2 months ago, let's see where it is. I got these skeins from Fiber Stash Yarns again. This is Dark Side of the Mood, and this is Hayride. And I wanted something just different, you know, like obviously the greens, I picked a color that was sort of like one I go gravitate to, which blues, greens, burgundies, purples, those are kind of, I mean, I like teal. But I wanted something that I wouldn't normally pair with it, and that was totally this. I do not have anything in my wardrobe, I don't think, that has any orange in it. Or very minimal, so. And I thought these two looked really fun together. She helped me coordinate them. And originally I was going to do the Jimmy Shawlette, which was and that's worsted weight, which was a worsted weight shawl, triangle shawl, which would have been fun. But I don't know if I like worsted weight shawlettes, just because they just aren't big enough. Like even this shawlette is like, we're barely big enough. Okay, I feel we're big enough, but like, you know, I like to make sure my little sides, I mean, this is really actually perfect. So, I feel like if you have a triangle shawl and if it doesn't come down enough, then it's just gonna fall off. So I found a different pattern, and this is called Training Wheels. It is another free pattern on Ravelry, and it is a brioche 2-color. So I thought 2-color brioche. I've only done 1 brioche project, so I've always been wanting to do more. So there's this. So really simple, just simple brioche cowl. And this is what it looks like. I mean, like, giant cowl. Who doesn't love a giant cowl? You know I love a giant cowl. You've seen the one I did. If you've been following me, you've seen the one I did in the beginning of the year, in the winter. It was like huge and amazing. I love it. You can see that if you go to Ravelry or Instagram, I have pictures of it both places. So that is what's going to be cast on next, because I need to cast on more things, right? Wrong. I don't, but I'm going to, because that's what you do. All right. Oh, and that is by Lynn Garrett and Lizzie Godell, using size 8 and 10, which is 5 and 6 millimeter needles. All right, spinning, nope, haven't touched it. Anything else? Nope, haven't done anything else. Stash, nope, got nothing new. Life in review. Pretty uneventful 2 weeks. It's been pretty, like, just laid back. Let's see. We're kind of we're kind of getting into the new normal, but it's going to change again, because on Monday, tomorrow, Jim goes back to work. So he's been working this whole time. He's like took over my dining room table and has been working very hard at home. So, but now it's time for him to return back to the office. He works in a very small office. There's only like 4 employees there. They've been going in pretty regularly. He does have his own office with a door. So he's going to pretty much go in with his mask, lock his door, or close his door, and sanitize his office every day. And just, they have a cleaning company that's finally coming in, I think, this week. So, because the cleaning company, you know, didn't quit, but they went on hiatus. So they're coming back, so that was kind of part of the reason why. He's like, okay, the cleaning company's coming back. Things are starting to open up a little bit. Things are sort of calming down. I don't know. It's all very uncertain, but he's going back. So that is going to change our dynamic again. I don't know if it's going to be good or bad. I really don't know. I have 2 more weeks left of homeschooling. Oh, shoot, which reminds me, I got to send in the kids' schoolwork still for last week. So yeah, I mean, we're in a pretty solid routine with that, but it helps to have the other adult here sometimes. So I don't know. Weather's been really nice. Finally, we kind of skipped spring though, so it's like, well, today actually this weekend's been very spring-like, but like last week we had like 80s, which was like we went from like 40s to 80s. This weekend's been like 60s, so it's been really nice. We went on a 3-mile hike yesterday, so Cub Scouts was pretty much canceled. So Emily still had to do her Weeblos walkabout, it was called, and originally there was a hike planned in April for all the scout troops to get together and do this hike. So that was going to count for her 3-mile hike, but instead we had to plan our own 3-mile hike, which yesterday was beautiful. Saturday morning, it was like 60 degrees. We went over to a local park that's literally a mile away, and they have a 3-mile loop, so we did that, and it was perfect. It was perfect. We stopped and had a snack halfway through, and David complained a little bit that he was tired, but other than that, it was great. So that's what we'll be doing this summer, because we've been racking our brains on what we're going to do over the summer, and we're going to hike. We're going to maybe camp. We don't have any camping gear besides an old tent my dad gave me, but we're going to maybe build on that and camp. I don't know. Memorial Day, we didn't do much, just went outside, had a fire at the fire pit, which I love, made s'mores. David's birthday is on Thursday, so we'll be having a fun day for that. Hopefully we'll skip school that day and just relax and have some fun. I'm really excited for some cake, so I'm going to make him a cake on Wednesday, just like I did for Emily, and it'll be a vanilla funfetti cake with chocolate frosting, so I'm really excited about cake. We're going to McDonald's for dinner tonight, which I'm super excited about that as well, because when's the last time I've had McDonald's? And yeah. I'm definitely sad about the summer. A lot of all our plans have been pretty much canceled. We were supposed to go to Disney World, we were supposed to go up north. Pretty much it's all just it's just not happening. So yeah, we're trying to really be optimistic and figure out what fun things we can do as a family of 4. So with that, if you are interested in business, then stick around. If not, I appreciate for checking in and checking me out, and stay tuned, and I will see you next time if you are not sticking around. So if you are sticking around, I'm going to take a quick break, and we will be back with business updates. All right, time for some Cat Lady business news. So my original plan was to open up shop next Saturday. However, that's already changed because I'm still waiting on some plastic hangers to put the tags on. So stay tuned. I'm not 100% sure when shop will open, but maybe I'll make a quick video. I'll definitely post it on Instagram and Facebook, so stay tuned. I have had a soft opening, I would call it. I had a few people that inquired about purchasing a few colors from me as they saw them, and a couple friends that wanted things, and I thought it was a good way to test out the website. Been working my butt off on this website. I mean, like, it's a template. It's from Square. It's free. So, I mean, of course, it's, you get what you pay for. It's free. It's not bad at all, but it's just so much work. And, like, writing every description and loading every item. And, like, ideally, for a normal business at least, you know, people have a set amount of items that don't change. And ideally, that will happen for me as well, things will have to change, because right now, I put in a description for a colorway for each base, because they're all different. I don't have the same colorway for different bases right now. I'm just developing colorways on whatever base I have. So it's like I have 10 colorways on this base, I have 10 different colorways on this base. So each colorway is going in the system under a different base. So eventually I'm going to have to and right now it's listed under bases. So it's going to have to change eventually, because eventually I'm going to have a colorway that's going to go I don't know. I don't know exactly. It really depends. Like once I get to maybe a dyed to order status, then I'm going to have colors, and then you'll select your base. That's probably what's going to have to happen. But maybe that's going to be a separate section. So then I'll just have to copy and paste all the descriptions. I'm not sure. It's going to be a work in progress forever, right? You know, I'm going to change bases over time. So update on my bases. So if you've been following me, I think I mentioned last time, I didn't like the way the bases or the skeins are tied when I get them. So I contacted the supplier and asked about that. And she's like, oh, just mention you want figure 8 ties and we'll do that. I'm like, oh, okay. How is that not standard? I don't know, but apparently other people have mentioned that and they do that. No charge. So I will, and like, so something for like this 17 micron, I can't find this anywhere else. Like I've looked, at least where I've looked and where I have accounts right now, this is not anywhere. There's something similar at a different place, but it's not this, it's something else. So I love this. And if it's a seller, you know, then I'm going to want to get it. So at least for this one, and even the couple other bases, I like it. I like them. They're 115 grams, so they're a little bulkier. So like a little bit more yardage in them. Like, so for the especially for the BFL, I've noticed if you get 100 grams of BFL, it's less yardage because it's so plump and it kind of, you know, it shrinks a lot. So it like fattens and shrinks. So like when you start off your skein like this and you dye it and wash it, it's like, so, so I like the amount of yardage in all these. So, my pattern is done. My pattern is 99.9% done. I put pictures in there and now I'm rethinking what pictures I want and I'm going to change them around a little bit and edit them a little bit more and then fix them and put them in. However, and I was thinking, do I launch the pattern at the same time as the website? But I think I'm going to wait and attempt. I got to work fast because I need to get this going. Attempt to acquire a worsted and a DK base and make some kits maybe, so that when I launch the pattern, then I have some pattern kits to launch with it. So that is the tentative plan. And all this needs to happen soon, so I need to get on board with that, which I will show you real quick. I have some, let's see, which one is this? I have some bases to try out. So this is a 85-15 sock weight, and it's a 2-ply. So the ones I have now are 80-20. So this was 85-15, and it's a 2-ply sock weight though, so it's high twist. So I'm not sure what I feel about that. It says 350 meters, which I don't know what that is in yardages off the top of my head, but it's pretty. I do like it, but I don't know if I like the 2-ply for a sock. So then they have, let's see, this is a Polworth, so this was different. I got a sample pack, so it was 5. And this is doesn't tell me the ply. I'd have to pull it apart and look. But it's a Polworth, so a little more rustic, I guess. I don't know much about my different breeds. I know BFL is definitely a more sturdy breed, so I'm not sure about Polworth. So then, yeah, I got my BFL here. And so this is 400 meters. So this is going to be, I think the meterage, it's meters more or less, let's see. So if I had 420 yards, it's 384 meters. So 400 meters, okay, it's not bad. That's not bad. So this is 100%, this is 100% BFL, which I've been using an 80-20. So yeah, I don't know. I got to figure out what I like. What I do want though, what I really like is I like this. What is this? Oh, this is a MCN, which of course everybody loves an MCN. 19.5 micron, so this is a softer one too. So this is 17, so 19. Doesn't tell me the ply on this one either, but this one's really nice. But of course MCN is going to be nice no matter what, so cashmere really does it. 100% merino. I got the single in here somewhere. Is this the single? Nope, this is this 27 micron. So yeah, this one's definitely a little scratchy compared. 75-25. Where is the, oh, here we go. Is this the one? Ah, this gotta be it. I like this one. I like this one a lot just looking at it. This is the DK weight, 100% merino, 19.5 micron. This is luscious. I love this one. So this one, if I go with this company, I would definitely go with this. Not much you can tell here, but this is a really nice DK. So I'm gonna dye up a sample of this to see what I like. And I might end up having a sample sale. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if it's like, I don't know. So there's a lot of yarn in here that I really don't need to keep all this yarn. but I may not sell them permanently, so it might just be like I dye them all and play around with colors and then have a sample sale, basically, and sell them as one of a kinds. This is a Kid Mohair Mulberry Silk. So this was the only mohair one they had, but those all look the same pretty much when you get those. But now the worsted I did not like. This is the worsted. Now maybe I didn't see another one on there, but this is a 2-ply worsted, I believe. Oh no, I lied. That is a 3-ply. I don't know. It seems very loosely compared to the DK. The DK has got to be a 4-ply. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, DK is. Don't tell me it's 3-ply because it looks so different. No, there's 4 in there. 1, 2. There's got to be 4 in there. Okay. So yeah, this is a 4-ply, and I like this. This looks like your traditional yarn. This looks not. That is not what I would look for in a sweater, I think. I like the look of this. I'm not sure about this. So if you have any thoughts, please let me know. So I'm not sure I like that for worsted. And I think that was the only worsted they have. So this is the... Yep, and that was it. I had a bunch of other sock weights in here, or fingering weights in here, but I really like the DK. The 8515 was nice. This one was nice. This is a... Oh, and the bulky was nice. This is nice too. Chunky, bulky, 100% superwash, 19.5. And this one, for my bulky, I don't mind. This is a 2-ply. Yes, okay. So for a bulky, I don't mind a 2-ply bulky. I mean, this is, I don't know. That's just personal, and it's all personal preference, of course, but I'm the person ordering, right? So I gotta figure this out, and I gotta figure this out very soon. But I definitely like the DK, and I have another place I need to order some samples from, because if I like everything from the other place, depending on the pricing, then I don't know. But I don't like DK and above, or I don't like anything but fingering weight from the place I got this, that I'm currently using, because they don't seem to have a concept of yarn weights very well. So, with that, let us move on to what I've been dyeing. So I did another batch, and I think I'm done. I think I'm done before I open. I have about almost 30 skeins left, maybe like 25 skeins left to dye. But I think I'm gonna hold off just so, in the meantime, I need to sell this before I buy more stuff, because I need the cash flow, right? So, but I'm gonna hold off on those 20 because I'd like to order some, and then I can work on dyeing those 20, so I'm not like just waiting for yarn to show up. So, my battery light is flashing at me, so let's see if we can get this done. So first is my BFL base, so it's 80/20. Oh, and I have my card, my hang tags. So these will be hanging off the tag, or off the yarn. Got the information on the back, I'll write the colorway on there, and I'm waiting for the loops to actually attach this to the yarn. Which it's in Kentucky, and it tells me it's not going to be here till Friday, but I have a feeling it's going to be here earlier, so I'm not going to make any promises. So, first up is, and I have 2 skeins of each. Each of these colors I have 2 skeins of each. This is Too Much Birthday. That's right. Too Much Birthday. This totally reminds me of like smeared frosting all over something with bits of chocolate cake. I have 2 of those. And this is the 80/20 BFL. I have Oh My God Purple. Oh, OMG Purple. And the story behind this is I was trying to do a purple, and I'll show you trying to make, I was trying to make a purple, and it did not come out purple. So then I tried again, and I'm like, oh my God, it's purple. So it ended up with that, and it's a little tonal. There's some tonal spots in there. So they haven't been reskeined or anything, so that'll distribute in there, but OMG Purple on BFL, and then there is a 9 Lives Purple Steel. And this one turned out really nice. This was literally a leftover dye bucket from like washing all my tools and stuff. So we got some big like purple speckle chunks in there, and like how pretty are these together? So like that is a really pretty set. And this is a 9 Live, so not repeatable yet. I mean, can I develop this? Maybe. Will it look like this exactly? No, with the like chunks of purple, like, cause like dye particles kind of float around in the water and they don't blend in when it sits, or they settle, and then once I poured it in the thing, so they'll like those chunks kind of like they like speckle them in themselves. So that's the BFLs. Onto the 80/20 merino nylon. This was supposed to be purple, so this is called Gotta Have Shades, because when I poked my head in there, I'm like, oh my gosh, that is really bright. So it made me think of the song, You Gotta Have Shades. And yeah, this did some weird stuff. So I mixed some dyes together and I got, like, it broke, basically, is what happens, is I don't know if it broke or I don't know. I mixed the dye stock separately and then poured it in, but yeah, it definitely did some weird things, which I'm not sad about, but I don't know if this is recreatable either. But I would attempt this recipe again and see what happens. But it is not purple. It is blue. And it's really pretty. So this is another 9 Lives. This is what I'm calling Fresh Mint. This was leftovers from, I had my dye book and then I set my dye book down. So let's see. Fresh Mint was leftover. Oh no, this was leftover stock. So I had some stock in some bottles from I had some emerald, peacock, indigo, so different greens and blues from when I did my deep sea green. And I did this on an 80/20, and I guess I'll do it simultaneously. So I put I don't remember which one was first. I think this one was first. I just throw a bunch of dye in there. I was trying to go for a blue-green, but it definitely turned out more of a minty. This one turned out like minty green. Even though I named these the same thing because they are using the same stock. But I still had a bunch of dye left in the pot, so then I did these. And they're similar, but they're not the same. This one definitely has more blue. This one definitely took more green. So, but these are both Fresh Mint, 9 Lives, 17 micron, 80/20 merino nylon. And then last on the 80/20 merino nylon is Fire Embers. And this is a really bright orange. It goes into a red. Oh, shoot. Now it reminds me, I am going to reskein one of these. So I've been trying to reskein the ones that I know are going to look 100% different when I reskein them. So I need to reskein one of these. I was going to do that beforehand, and I already took pictures of my light box, so I need to do again with one of these. So I got 2 of those, 80/20. Really pretty orange and red Fire Embers. And then lastly, I only did a couple on the 17 micron. So last I have what I'm calling Seaweed. Definitely not traditional colors, not normal, not like what, pinks and blues and purples, but I really like it. I really like it. It just would make such a nice shawl. So this is Seaweed on 17 micron merino. I just want to keep all the 17 microns myself. So I love it so much. So that's it. So I need to wrap it up because my light is flashing and I've talked too much. And I appreciate all your support. If you want to know what's going on with the business, you can sign up for my newsletter. I was going to send one out Saturday because I was supposed to record this on Friday. And I just need to get a sample run. I was going to just send out a newsletter that just talks about me, my story, whatever, and just to get it out. But now you have another chance to sign up for the newsletter. I will get it out this week. Because, yes, and then when business is ready to launch, definitely I will send out a newsletter. When my pattern is ready to launch, I will send out a newsletter. So sign up for my newsletter, link is below. And again, if you're still with me throughout this whole thing, thank you so much for listening to me ramble about business stuff and following me along in this crazy journey. Weird time to be doing this, just Everything is weird. 2020 is just weird, okay? 2020 is just a disaster. I don't want to go off into a tangent, but boy, the last few days have just been terrible. Terrible days. Terrible days. So, deep breaths. With that, I appreciate all of you, and I hope you all get to go craft all the things, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.